Quando? Excellent.
Oui.
We have to, we in Concord.
gentlemen, would you please rise?
Ladies and gentlemen, please join Ms. Danielle Pullen in the singing of O Canada. Mesdames et messieurs, je vous invite à entonner avec Madame Danielle Pullen notre hymne national O Canada.
Good morning, bienvenue and welcome, and most of all, congratulations, félicitations. Albert Einstein once said, "Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty." Today, as we gather to celebrate the achievements of you, the graduates, let us take these words to heart. Let us be aware that your circle has been widened during your years at Concordia through the friends you have made, the lessons you have learned, the challenges you've overcome, the experiences you've had, and the support you have given and received. Célébrons vos succès et vos expériences qui vous aideront à devenir meilleurs êtres humains. And as we look ahead, may these experiences propel you and all of us forward from this day of celebration to compassionate living and the building of a peace-filled world. Thank you. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Welcome, Mr. President and Vice Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chair, Mr. Provost and Vice President, Academic Affairs, General de Chastelain, chers diplômés, distingués invités, Mesdames et Messieurs, tout d'abord, félicitations à mon tour à chacun et à chacune de nos nouveaux diplômés en cette magnifique matinée, je dirais, de réjouissance. I'm so very pleased to be here with you on this day of celebration. Indeed, it's been about 1 year since I was installed as Chancellor, and I guess by now I'm starting to get the hang of it. It's all the more pleasant for me in that being at Concordia in this capacity brings me back full circle to my own alma mater. Of course, I'm the same person I was when I graduated, but with perhaps, and hopefully I guess, a little more knowledge, a better developed set of professional and personal skills, and I would hope even stronger values. In a way, all of you can make a comparable journey marked by your own personal milestones of achievement. I believe you can accomplish this by taking on with confidence the real responsibilities and privileges that come with being engaged citizens, and which your time at Concordia has indeed prepared you to assume. Diplômé, je sais que, je soupçonne à tout le moins que vous avez rédigé des travaux, vous avez subi des examens, parfois en devant également concilier vos études avec des emplois à temps partiel, des responsabilités familiales dans certains des cas, des activités parascolaires, du bénévolat, du moins c'est ce que je vous souhaite, et aussi peut-être même des activités sportives. Quant à nous, à Concordia, nous mettons tout en œuvre pour que nos étudiants et étudiantes se sentent les bienvenus chez nous et pour faciliter leur cheminement universitaire. Quant à moi, j'espère que nous y sommes parvenus et que nous avons su vous aider à vous préparer à la prochaine étape de votre vie. And I'd say, judging by the fast pace of change in the world, you can expect indeed plenty of excitement and challenges ahead, and I know you are well aware of that. We live in a world that's being transformed by globalization, by technology, by climate change, rapidly changing demographics, and unfortunately increasing economic disparities that mean that even today, 1 billion people, or a little over 1/7 of the global population, still goes hungry every day. Now, this is also a world in which it is increasingly becoming evident that sustainable development is indeed the only solution going forward, and God knows it's getting late there, and your skills hopefully will be brought to bear to try to contribute to that agenda. So graduates, to meet both your own goals and the expectations others may have about your contribution to society, you will have to be indeed nimble, adaptable, and certainly resilient given the times. And I can tell you from experience that there's no simple measure of success. It's not determined by financial wealth or awards or acclaim, or I even say by the approval of our peers, but rather by the degree to which you positively affect and touch people's in your own personal professional and civic lives. So wherever you go from here and whatever you choose, your education and training from Concordia will be as mobile as you. And I'm happy that we share this connection, and I hope that it becomes part of a lifelong bond with Concordia and with our community. You will all forever be alumni of Concordia, and to commemorate this, we'll be handing each of you a Concordia pin as you exit the stage in a few moments. Wear it proudly if you can, and please stay in touch with your alma mater. I can tell you from experience that staying close to your university is a rewarding way to remain connected to your friends and peers. Donc, en terminant, chers diplômés, je vous dis à nouveau bravo et je vous encourage à rêver, à explorer des choses qui n'existent pas encore, puisque c'est ainsi que vous allez changer le monde et bâtir l'avenir, bâtir surtout votre avenir. And now, it's my pleasure to call upon the Dean of our Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science, Robin Drew, for his remarks. Dean Drew.
Good morning, everybody. Chancellor Menard, the Chair of the Board, Herbert, President Lowy, honored guests, parents, friends, and most of all, graduates. Bienvenue et merci d'être parmi nous aujourd'hui. I'm delighted to be here with you to take part in your first steps towards what I'm sure is a very bright future. I'm also delighted that we have the opportunity to share this day with our distinguished guest, General John de Chastelain. The son of an engineer, General de Chastelain's own career consists of building bridges, but not from shore to shore or across highways, instead between people. He oversaw a vital part of the peace process in Northern Ireland. His accomplishments show that we can act as global citizens, demonstrating patience and diligence in the face of all the tests sent in our way. We can transform the world for the better. You will learn more about our distinguished guest shortly as he receives his honorary doctorate degree from our university. The achievements that we celebrate today are a tribute not only to your hard work, but also to those amazing people that have been integral to your lives. As engineers, we all know about working in teams. So we are all well aware that success is not only about individual accomplishment, it's also about mums, dads, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends and neighbors, and countless more who helped create this special moment. Today, we give thanks to them. Your classmates have also been a huge part of your success, working together on group projects, sometimes for many months on end, and sometimes late into the nights. You have learned, hopefully, the art of negotiation, compromise, and leadership, attributes that will be important throughout your careers. One of your classmates will soon be standing where I am now as your valedictorian. Gavin Keneally is described by one of his professors as a design artist and a good example of what outstanding students can achieve at our university. He has passion for engineering, which combined with his creativity and his dedication to research have helped him excel in his time here. He has worked on active telescoping projects with Dr. Rodriguez and with Dr. Kadem, served as a team leader for developing a robot capable of ultrasound measurements. It's remarkable to contemplate what so many of you, just like Gavin, have already achieved just in the last few years. All this just as a prelude to the many achievements still to come. I am confident that your futures are bright because you will receive the best possible training we can give, helped by your teachers, your friends and family, and of course by each other. When you leave today with your diplomas in hand, go out into the world to work your hardest and keep in mind the fact that life is just beginning for you. So on behalf of my colleagues of the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science, I congratulate each and every one of you on your remarkable achievements that we honor here today. Bonne chance.
Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you General Alfred John Gardine Drummond de Chastelain, who served Canada with distinction as a professional soldier for more than 35 years and is widely recognized as a statesman for peace. As Canada's Chief of Defense Staff, he had direct responsibility for the command, control, and administration of the Canadian forces during a period of unprecedented growth in the number of international peacekeeping operations. A former ambassador to the United States, he also made significant contributions to the successful development of the peace process in Northern Ireland. John de Chastelain, né à Bucarest, capitale de la Roumanie, d'un père écossais, ingénieur pétrolier de son métier, et d'une mère écrivaine originaire des États-Unis. En 1955, après des études en Angleterre et en Écosse, il immigre au Canada. Il a tout juste 18 ans. Il s'engage en janvier 1956 comme soldat dans les Calgary Highlanders. En 1960, il obtient son diplôme du Collège militaire royal du Canada. Affecté au 2e bataillon de la Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, il entame alors une carrière qui le mènera à la tête des forces canadiennes. His regimental career included tours as a company commander in Germany and Cyprus, and as commander of CFB Montreal. Promoted to brigadier general, he commanded the Royal Military College of Canada, and later the 4th Canadian Mechanized Brigade Group in Germany, before serving as deputy commander of the Canadian Army and then as Assistant Deputy Minister of Defense, responsible for personnel. In 1989, he was promoted to the rank of general and appointed Chief of Defense Staff. In January 1993, General de Chastelain transferred to the Supplementary Reserve and was appointed Canada's 18th Ambassador to the United States. After a change of government in Ottawa, he returned from Washington in January 1994 and was reappointed Chief of Defense Staff. In 1995, le général de Chastelain met son sens de la diplomatie en pratique afin de promouvoir le pays en Irlande du Nord. Du reste, de 1997 à 2011, il préside la Commission internationale indépendante sur la démilitarisation. Composé de 3 représentants, le groupe réussit à désarmer les milices paramilitaires dans la région. Le travail de la Commission mène en outre à la signature de l'accord de Vendredi Saint en 1998, étape clé dans la résolution de conflits politiques et religieux nord-irlandais. Throughout his military and civilian life, General Chastelain has devoted himself to supporting the advancement of democracy and peace. He has been a senior advisor to the University of Windsor's Jerusalem Old City Initiative, a member of the Board of Directors of the United Nations Association of Canada, and a member of the Board of Directors of the Forum of Federations, which is an international governance organization founded by the Government of Canada and supported by 9 partner governments. General de Chastelain has been recognized in Canada and abroad for his public service and humanitarian work. He is an Officer of the Order of Canada, Commander of the Order of Military Merit, Companion of Honor, UK, Commander of the Order of St. John, Commander of the Legion of Merit, US, and has the Medal of Merit and Honor of Greece. In 1992, he received the Vimy Award, which recognizes a Canadian who has made significant and outstanding contributions to Canada's defense and security and the preservation of its democratic values. Mr. Chancellor, On behalf of Senate and the Board of Governors, it is my privilege and honor to present to you General John de Chastelain so that you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
And now it's my pleasure to invite Dr. de Chastelain to make the convocation address. Dr. de Chastelain.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. President and Vice Chancellor, honored platform guests, graduating class, families and friends. C'est pour moi aujourd'hui un très grand honneur d'être ici avec Concordia avec vous et de recevoir ce doctorat honorifique. Je suis très conscient de l'honneur et je suis très content aussi de participer dans une convocation avec les gradués en sciences et génie. Et je parlerai de ça dans un instant. C'est mon intention de vous donner mon discours en anglais parce que, malgré mon nom, je suis d'origine anglaise et je suis plus à l'aise dans cette langue-là. Mais si vous voulez, je peux répéter toute la situation en français après. Mais étant donné le fait que je suis la dernière chose entre vous et vos diplômes, je crois que je le donnerai en anglais tout simplement. It is, as I say, a pleasure to be amongst engineers and scientists because, in my case, mathematics and science skipped a generation. And while my father was an engineer and my son and son-in-law are engineers, I am not. In fact, this caused me some difficulty when I went to RMC in 1956 because at that college, students in engineering or science all have to take the first 2 years with equal numbers of engineering, science, and arts subjects. And I was very afraid in 1956 that I'll fail my Christmas exams and leave in ignominy. But just before that happened, the British, French, and Israelis invaded Egypt to prevent President Nasser from nationalizing the Suez Canal, and the world went into crisis. And I thought for a happy moment that perhaps we would be mobilized immediately, as happened in 1942. I wouldn't have to write the exam and I wouldn't fail. For better or worse, that didn't happen, although Canada did send troops to the Sinai, and Lester Pearson got his Nobel Peace Prize. And I wrote the exams, and to my great surprise, I squeaked through, although later on I had to write an exam, supplemental exam, in solid analytical geometry and spherical trigonometry, which I didn't understand at all, but which I also managed to pass before I could get into the safe waters of a degree in history. So I much admire the fact that you here are going to receive degrees that I was never clever enough to get, and I am in awe of your achievements. But having said that, I have to ask myself, what can I possibly say that will be of interest or even use to you? And reflecting back on my many years in the armed forces, and more recently the 16 years I spent on the peace process in Northern Ireland, it occurs to me that one thing that has come up again and again is my ability to make too swift decisions or snap judgments and not to take the time to consider that many issues have many sides to them. When I was commandant at RMC, I was also vice chancellor of that university, so I took part in a lot of convocations. And I also used to go to Queen's University as a privilege to take part in their convocations. And on one of the convocations I attended, I was sitting on the platform, like the faculty and staff here today, excuse me. And a young man came up to get a master's degree, and I noticed, because when you're sitting on the platform and students come by, you notice a lot of things, but I noticed that he was wearing a pair of torn jeans and scruffy sneakers under his gown, and it occurred to me that here's a man who had little respect for the occasion, no sense of the moment, and probably doesn't care what people think of him. And I didn't think any more about that. But then when the convocation was over, and we were outside, and the graduates were greeting their families and taking photographs, I noticed this young man standing alone, and he caught my eye and came over to me, and he said, "You are the commandant of RMC?" And I said, "Yes, I was." And he said, "My name is so-and-so, and I just received my master's degree in such and such today. And it's a very important day in my life, and I'm very honored to have done that, particularly after all the work I've done. But my parents live a long way away. They're not well off. They couldn't afford to come here today, so I've got nobody to talk to. I wonder if we could have a conversation." Which we did. And it turned out that he was the most interesting, charismatic, amusing individual. And I felt thoroughly ashamed of the fact that I had made such a snap judgment about him. A number of years later, when I was Chief of Defense Staff and the Cold War was ending, I went to the Soviet Union to meet with the Soviet General Staff, the people I'd been training all my adult life to fight. And they assigned to me, as an escort, a Colonel General named Omelichev, who traveled with me around the Soviet Union, including to Murmansk, close to the Norwegian border, where Canada was committed to send troops in the event of war. And as we traveled, we discovered, through interpreters, because he didn't speak my language nor I his, that in 1964 I was commanding a mechanized infantry company in a Canadian infantry brigade group in the northern part of West Germany. And he was commanding a Russian mechanized infantry company in a Soviet tank division in the northern part of East Germany. And we both agreed it was a good thing we were meeting for the first time then, and not 30 years previously. And when I had to leave Leningrad early to come back to Canada to deal with the situation at Oka and the beginning of the first Gulf War, my wife and I were taken by General Omelichev and Mrs. Omelichev to the airport at Leningrad. And Mrs. Omelichev had us all sit down because she said it is a tradition in Russia that when a family is about to travel, they all sit down to consider what lies ahead. So in the space of a week, I had gone from looking upon the Russians as a potential enemy who had invaded Czechoslovakia and Hungary, who had managed a very repressive regime in the countries of the Warsaw Pact, to being a member of the family. And the last example I will cite is the situation in Northern Ireland during the past 16 years when my American and Finnish colleague and I were dealing with leaders of paramilitary groups that had been responsible for terrible crimes over the past 30 years, in which thousands of their countrymen and women, policemen and women, soldiers, uninvolved civilians and children had been killed or maimed, acts which I felt were totally reprehensible. And people said to me, "How could you possibly sit down with people who are responsible for things like that?" And yet the leaders of the IRA, the Ulster Volunteer Force, the Ulster Defense Association, who had been responsible for these acts, were meeting with us because they wanted the killing to end, and they wanted the instruments of that killing to be put aside. And it was only by sitting down with them over a period of years and engendering enough trust and confidence in each other that we were able to achieve that aim. So the first impressions may not always be exactly right. So why am I telling you this? You're graduating today in a world that has innumerable problems, whether they're ones of environment, economics, medical, disease, famine, the acquisition of nuclear arms by countries with questionable policies. And you may ask yourself, what on earth can I do about that? And I think the answer to that is quite a lot, because the answer to many, if not most of the problems that we face today demand technological solutions, solutions based on science and technology, as much as they do on humanistic approaches. You have gained qualifications today that will make you eminently suitable to meet those challenges. You have had an education from this world-class university. You have gained the judgments and views from your homes and from the people with whom you have worked, your friends and colleagues here at this university. And I think you are in a tremendous position to do well in whatever you decide to do. And if, first of all, you worry about student debt or getting the right job, my reaction would be, go ahead anyway. If it's not the thing you want, change. Hindsight's 20/20, but it's about the only thing that is. And there's nothing wrong to making a change in your course or program. So I wish you much success in whatever it is that you do. And I congratulate the faculty and staff here and your families on bringing you to this very important day in your life. And if any of you happen to be wearing torn jeans and scruffy shoes under your gowns and wonder what we'll think about you when you come up on this platform, don't worry. We'll be applauding. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. de Chastelain, for these inspiring remarks and taken by your comment on first impressions. And all of us kind of felt a little touched by that. I certainly did. And it reminds me, indeed, it goes to the heart of the spirit and the DNA of our university, which is one that's grounded in diversity and tolerance. And I'm reminded Mr. Bill Clinton was in Montreal about 6-7 years ago, and in talking about the problems of the world, he said the solution lied in all of us concentrating more on our common humanity than on our interesting differences. And I think in that sense, with the speech and the convocation address of Mr. de Chastelain, God knows is timely in these challenging times all around the world. So, John, on behalf of everybody here upstairs and our graduates down here, thank you a lot for a very inspiring speech. Now it's your turn. And now it's my pleasure to call on Provost and Vice Academic Affairs, Mr. Dr. David Graham, to begin the conferral of degrees. Dr. Graham. I keep forgetting the magic hat. Okay, here we go. Yes.
Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of Senate, I present to you the candidates for the doctoral and doctorate degrees, the master and magisteriate degrees, and the graduate diplomas and certificates in the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science. I certify that these candidates have completed the requirements for these degrees. Will the doctoral and doctorate, master and magisteriate, diploma, and certificate candidates please rise?
That's it. Fix those gowns. You look good. Okay. As Chancellor, and by the authority of the corporation and by the Board of Governors of the University, I admit each of you to the appropriate diploma or certificate as approved by the Senate and certified by the Provost, with such title, honor, duty, rights, and privileges that are proper to them. À titre de chancelier et en vertu de l'autorité de la corporation et du conseil d'administration de l'université, je vous confère à toutes et à tous les grades que vous postulez sur l'attestation du Sénat et je vous octroie tous les titres, honneurs, droits et privilèges afférents à ces diplômes ou certificats. Congratulations. Well done. Please sit.
Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of Senate, I now present to you the candidates for the bachelor and baccalaureate degrees in the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science. I certify that these candidates have completed the requirements for these degrees. Will the bachelor and baccalaureate candidates please rise?
I see you didn't come alone either. Welcome. As Chancellor and by the authority of the Corporation and a Board of Governors of the University, I admit each of you to the appropriate degree, diploma, or certificate as approved by the Senate and certified by the Provost, with such title, honor, duty, rights, and privileges as are proper to them. À titre de chancelier et en vertu de l'autorité de la Corporation et du Conseil d'administration de l'Université, je vous confère à toutes et à tous les grades que vous postulez sur l'attestation du Sénat et je vous octroie tous les titres, honneurs, devoirs, droits et privilèges afférents à ces grades, diplômes ou certificats. Félicitations. Congratulations. Please sit.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, if you look down at the front of the auditorium, you'll probably see that some of our students have stood up and that they suddenly appear to have started walking out on us. And if you haven't attended one of our convocation ceremonies before, you may be wondering why this is happening. Some other days earlier this week, we might have thought perhaps that they were sneaking out to watch one of the European Soccer Championship matches, but since there are no games today, that's not the case. What's actually happening is that our graduates are getting ready to start appearing up here on stage, and that will begin as soon as our staff have finished queuing the first names into a special piece of computer software that we use. Once things are ready, our graduates will approach this lectern where I'm standing, where their names will be read out, and each one will then walk across the stage, pausing in the middle to be formally capped with a mortarboard, like the one the Chancellor is wearing. Students who are receiving graduate degrees will be greeted partway across by my colleague Graham Carr, the Interim Vice President Research and Graduate Studies and Dean of Graduate Studies. And barring any unforeseen technical hitches, I think I can promise you that you'll see every student appear in glorious Technicolor on these giant screens up above my head, where you'll also see full details of every student's name and academic program and whatever prizes or awards or distinctions he or she has won. The final stage in our process is for every student to finish crossing the stage to the far side to receive his or her actual diploma and, of course, those well-deserved congratulations that come with it from the hands of the Dean. Our graduates then return to their seats in the auditorium or on stage for doctoral graduates until all the diplomas have been given out, and we ask all members of the audience, family and friends, to remain to the end of the ceremony as a sign of respect for our graduates. One last word on that topic of respect, because respect for our graduates really is paramount to us at Convocation. We know how much it means to you to see your graduate out here center stage under the lights. And we know how much you want to show your support and your enthusiasm by cheering and clapping, and we think that's just terrific. But we do ask that you limit your expression of support so that other graduates can enjoy their moment in the sun too. So once your graduate reaches center stage and is being capped, it's time to start leaving some quiet space for our next star. And one final word to our graduates, as you do pause out there in center stage, please take a moment to face our photographer, who's stationed over there to my right. She's positioned where she can best capture your likeness for posterity so that we can guarantee that you'll get the very best souvenir photograph possible of this great occasion. So I'm told that we're ready to proceed, and I'm going to leave the stage to the stars of today's show, Concordia's 2012 graduating class.
Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Doctorate in Philosophy in Computer Science and Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dong Woo Cho. Mehdi Haji. Philippe Sugar. Naeem Habasi. Luai Alani. Juma Ben Salah. Miriam Eta Bergeldi. Omid Reza Kazami. Nikhil Gupta. Babette Kosa Vega. Syed Muhammad Kayat. Sheikh Asif Mahmoud. Walid Abdel Mohammed. Haydar Pazarid. Pejman Saleh. Mohammed Shalabi. Mohammed Fajr Al-Din. Rajesh Yadav. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to reintroduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteria in Applied Computer Science. Irfan Ahmed. Salah Abdullah Haldol. Manuel Carrier Nunes. Ming Ming Dong. Chang Chi Gu. Mohammed Habibullah. Carly Ann Hamishajunk. Hassan Hedris. Guprit Kar. George Laza. Pavel Lipin. Jiang Li. Yosen Melis Santana. Mariah Masayo Yubi. Li Chun Jian. Chin Chin. Mohammed Riazat. Kadash Shihata. Gagandeep Sin. Yong Yang Wu. Hong Hang Shu. Ya Fang Shu. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Applied Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Information Systems Engineering, Quality Systems Engineering, and Software Engineering. Saeed Habayati. Christian Azar. Cheyenne Dargahi. May Abraham. Kasia Molia Islam. MD Asadul Islam. Bulas Korea. Yu Hong Liu. Nicholas Bernard Otieno Otielo. Farzad Salas Sayen Ganyan. Mohammed Saleh Hizadat. Ali Bahiye. Yao Yo. Alpar Sahat Setayunu. Yu Ying Zhang. Elias Buhab. Adam Sporo. Taiwo Alibunmini Altadalio. Ali Kapazian. Jun Lo. Mohammed Amin Hamadel. Jiu Peng. Bahar Satali.
Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Computer Science. Mohammed Hamidullah Ahmed. Alexandre Baudouin. Sina Honari. Mosarat Jahan. Zhao Zhao Niu. Kunsheng Zhao. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Engineering in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Information System Security, Quality System Engineering, and Software Engineering. Ali Abo Alwa. Khaled Adali. Afsana Alam. Fahed Salem Al-Katani. Neha Anand. Salem Atasi. Mohammed Bilal Bhatti. Najish Pervez Bhatti. Pavan Kumar Boja Putari. Chen Sao. Sajid Ahmed Chowdhury. Dilbag Singh Dhaliwal. Jose Diaz. Laju Engineer. Rudy Fakuri. Marwan Janidi. Umer Ghani. Sandeep Singh Gill. Pandit Ramesh Gadhani. Redwanul Islam. Shalina Katani. Basem Kuzam. Liu Yutao. Mernush Mansouri. Nazi Mekel Mina. Talal Navid. Abdel Kadar Ukhasti. Shivaji Ravaso Patil. Nina Rezayan Meher. Ali Reza Saberi. Rami Tomei. Yano Christian Tunsu. Afaf Ur Rehman. Gianti Venkatachalam. Lu Yang. Senyong Yao. Rahola Afshar. Abdul Majid Al Oraini. Noaf Al Ajil. Hamza Al Atas. Khalid Ali Al Falki. Basim Al Kabashi. Ibrahim Al Harbi. Ali Al Hazmi. Abdul Aziz Al Osaimi. Abdullah Al Rashid. Ibrahim Al Sheikhi. Ramanjot Singh Anand. Navneet Kaur Bhatti. Akram Singh Chatta. Gagandeep Singh Dillon. Wael El Kedi. Claude Faksha. Yin Van Feng. Jose Luis Garcia Torres. Yolanda Garcia Sedgwick. Gagandeep Kuman. Madhusidhan Rao Gongati. Saeed Hagawi. Majid Haj Mohammed. Mohammed Reza Hashemi Tahiri. Ahmed Hashim. Samir Ishtiaq. Mona Karis. Ranjis Kumar. Heyman Lung. Kaja Nawaz Sharif. Anuj Machala. Giuseppe Maroni. Abdullah Mira. Goholem Aludi. Roxana Omibaksh. Oscar Pardo. Harsimran Jit Singh Sintar. Hardeep Singh. Raminder Singh. Kartik Valuro. Mofara Abdullah Wakdan. Jinyang. Ninchang. Abdulaziz Al-Gamdi. Ali Al-Gamdi. Mohammed Al-Rashidi. Tarun Arora. Benush Bamanya. Maher Bakduns. Georgina Teresa Kama Lee. José Raúl Cantu de los Santos. Georges Dumit. Dana Farhat. Ali Hejaz. Ahmed Kasim. Kim Liebeck. Hisham Maghrabi. Arizu Majidi. Haitham Watan. Hassan Mukhtar. Alice Nadia Mayan Shangori. Mahar Taha. Fawaz Tunkar. Saifeldin Zeneldin. Shuzu. Philip Kendit Adilsoye. Rani Al-Jashi. Rafik Arif. Yang Jin Sao. Kushinuma Darawala. Syed Payam Garami. Roxana Gavami. Sorin Yonasu. Zili. Sanam Mirzai. Aline Nakashian. Jalal Nuruddin. Miguel Perez. Rishinder Rana. Kanj Sob. Zhou Bo Wu. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Graduate Diploma in Computer Science. Shou Chen. Brian Doherty. Samir Kuzeha. George Morkos. Hakim Tamgalt. Gulam Zwardar.
Mr. President, I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Computer Science. Mariano Acosta, with distinction. Eman Khaled Atalah. Guillaume Calvé. Kyle Cham Tim. Ali Darwish. Richard Manuel Labao de Melo. Vincent Dorel. Jassak Simon El Arar. Marc-André Fauché, with distinction. Andrew Fazio. Benjamin Fontaine. Claude Gagné. Sevan Gurunloglu, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Kevin Laurier. Jean-Nelson Latte-Lawson. Marc Leduc with distinction. Jisoo Lee. Denis Maniti. Paul Martin, with great distinction, honors information systems. Bula Ulmachev. Todorico José Redada. Daniel Ricci, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Simon Salvatore. Andrei Spirin. Nassim Yurach. John Vargas. Danko Vasev. Ki Young Soo, with great distinction. Alan Yoon. Mr. President, I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for a Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Engineering in the following departments: Electrical and Computer Engineering and Computer Science and Software Engineering. Kai Tung Chung. Julia Lemire with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Nicolas Licore. Andrew Mansour. Ming Tri Albert Nguyen with distinction. Radu Viorel Wana. Nicolas Sulik. Shazad Ahmed Yunis. Jeremy Chung Lim, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Christopher Derrick, member of Concordia Institute for Aerospace Design and Innovation. Sotoi Hang, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Nicholas Katsaros, with distinction, winner of the Computer Engineering Medal awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in computer engineering. Andre Tan Nam Phan, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Korhan Akchua. Henry Chen. Wojciech Galuszka. Norman Huang. Siddhartha Katoju, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Gurli Lanuzo, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. William Lee. Kenny Chung Sang, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Huang An Koa Pham. Jeremy Snow. Kaki Wong, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Kenneth Akinocho. Bo Dai, with distinction. Ton Sin Chi, with distinction. Jessica Nguyen, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. In Page, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Shao Xingren, with distinction. Wei Nan Wang, with great distinction, winner of the Foigos Yogas Medal for Electrical Engineering, awarded to the most outstanding graduate student in electrical engineering. Rizwan Ahmad, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Muhammad Oli Alam. Aaron Boudou. Matei Bota. Brandon Bousquet. Fidel Carvajal Formigo. Sadiq Keshishian, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Talha Ayub Khan. Johnny Lee. Pablo Mengheni. Michael Mlek. Nathanael Osanad. David Riley, with distinction. Said Sawan. Hamad Shoaib. Anthony Tanzer. Christopher Williams. Sok Won Yoon, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Shah Abdel Rahman. Jonathan Shatlani. Ibrahim Dandan, with distinction.
Ahmed Osair.
Ahmad El Shaib. Mariam Georgi, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Andrea Mundiam Kal, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Ibrahim Nemer. Salah Ramlawi. Hani Saad. Shin Shi, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Sohair Zigby. Raymond Afara. Domenico Barbiero. Anthony Boyer, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Terry Ann Cambridge, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Wahe Shahinian, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Eric Chan, with distinction. Corey Clayton. Benjamin Crudo. Aleksander Dawidowski. Sotirios Delimanolis, with great distinction. Mathieu Dumais-Savard, with distinction. Herman Ducoronet. Andreas Eminidis, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Farinaz Hagigat, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Adam Harrison, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Ka Yu Ho. Paula Jimenez Sancho, with great distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education, winner of the Software Engineering Medal, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in software engineering. Stephen Kanelopoulos Kanelos, with distinction. Paul Medric Leblanc, with distinction. Emilia Michael Lutschmann. Ovidio Macaveio. Adamo Majorano, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Marc-André Moreau, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Hai Long Nguyen, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Felipe Oliveira Martinho. Gina Marina Picciardo. Hussein Rida. Elia Saad, with distinction. Kyle Sama, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Capias Valipuran, with distinction, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Giuseppe Vescio. Alexander Peter Vasilik. Lai Ting Sandy Wu, member of Institute for Cooperative Education. Kin Nam Kenneth Ip.
cries of joy. Give it up for yourselves. You did a great job. In the same vein, I would now like to call upon Dean Drew and Associate Dean Truman for the awarding of a few prizes. Deans?
The Chait Medal. The winner of the Chait Medal, awarded to the highest ranking student graduating with the degree of Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Engineering, is Paolo Jimenez Sancho. The F.A. Girard Prize Non-Thesis. The winner of the F.A. Girard Prize, awarded when merited to the most deserving graduate of the Master of Magisteriate in Engineering and Applied Computer Science programs, is Yao Feng Zhu. The F.A. Girard Prize Thesis. The winner of the F.A. Girard Prize, awarded when merited to the most deserving graduate of the Master of Magisteriate in Applied Science and Computer Science programs, is Majed Ibrahim. The Doctoral Prize in Engineering and Computer Science. The winner of the Doctoral Prize in Engineering and Computer Science, awarded when merited to the most deserving graduate of the Doctor of Doctorate in Philosophy programs in the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science, is Aiden Medipour.
Aiden, don't go too far. The Concordia University Doctoral Dissertation Prize is awarded annually by the School of Graduate Studies to the most deserving graduate for excellence in his or her doctoral thesis in the fields of engineering and computer science, life sciences, and natural sciences. This year, the winner is Dr. Aiden Medipour. Dr. Medipour defended his doctoral dissertation entitled Advanced Carbon Fiber Composites for Shielding and Antenna Applications in May 2011 under the co-supervision of Dr. Abdel Sebak and Dr. Christopher Truman, over here, from the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. The outer skin of a modern aircraft is made of carbon composite material instead of aluminum because it is lighter and stronger. Dr. Medipour investigated the electromagnetic properties of carbon composite as a shield against electromagnetic radiation compared to an aluminum skin. He went on to explore the use of carbon composite materials for building antennas that must operate in harsh environments where metal is unsuitable. According to Dr. Swang Van Hoa, a distinguished researcher and the director of the Concordia Center for Composites, Dr. Medipour's thesis is, and I quote, one of the most significant and comprehensive research works ever done on electromagnetic characteristics of composite materials, which is very important for avionic and spacecraft industries. Dr. Medipour is currently a postdoctoral fellow at l'INRS, l'Institut National de la Recherche Scientifique, in the Research Center Énergie, Matériaux, Télécommunications. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Aidan Metapour.
That's quite amazing. Okay, now I'd like to invite Mr. Gavin Keneally, one of your colleagues, to deliver the valedictory address. Gavin?
Chancellor Ménard, Chairman Hébert, President and Vice Chancellor Lowy, distinguished guests and participants, fellow students, families, and friends. I am pleased to address you today on behalf of the graduating students. I thank you all for this extraordinary honor. An engineer is normally thought of as an expert problem solver, as someone who identifies a set of constraints and variables and seeks a solution within a given framework. To do this, we, the graduating students in the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science at Concordia University, have gained knowledge and expertise through our courses, labs, interactions with professors, and extracurricular and co-op experiences. The metaphorical toolbox that Concordia has given us empowers us to confront problems head-on and to work out effective solutions. Once we are out in the workforce or at graduate school, we will develop more proficient and more sophisticated approaches to engineering design and execution as we become more comfortable about our abilities and pursue exciting and satisfying careers. What I would like to address today is not only what we have been made certain of as engineers, but also what remains uncertain to us as engineers. We have been taught to seek precedents, to build on successful strategies of the past, and to iterate our designs so that they may become more perfect. However, I would like to stress the parallel need to think unexpectedly, unpredictably, or even, as Steve Jobs argued, foolishly. For me, the most inspiring engineers are the ones who strive for success in these terms: by embracing interdisciplinarity across the domains of engineering and beyond, by collaborating with diverse experts in the fields of arts and science, and by having the courage to move outside obvious streams of technological determinism to start from scratch by looking at the relationships between ourselves, our technologies, and the natural world. Uncertainty and ambiguity can foster creativity. Concordia University has taught us how to deal with both certainty and uncertainty. This spirit of critical inquiry is manifested in small classes and the accessibility of committed and inspiring professors. It is also accomplished through extracurricular activities such as Engineers Without Borders and the Concordia Workshop at Ganawage, as well as broad-reaching research institutes such as the Concordia Institute of Aerospace Design and Innovation, CIADI. Whereas such facilities often exist for graduate students, Concordia is extraordinary in giving opportunities to enthusiastic undergraduates, hiring them to work and conduct research in faculty laboratories or as teaching assistants. At the same time, Concordia shows us how to make a virtue of uncertainty, to question conventional assumptions and routine procedures, to be mindful of the judicial, social, and environmental repercussions of our work, and even to ask fundamental questions about what it means to be an engineer. L'approche de Concordia, à la fois interdisciplinaire et intégrative, m'a aidé à développer mes compétences critiques et analytiques. Maintenant que je vais débuter mes études de doctorat à l'Université de Pennsylvanie, ces compétences vont m'aider à penser plus loin que le défi immédiat de la résolution d'un problème. Cette approche est particulièrement importante dans mon domaine d'intérêt en robotique biomimétique, qui réside à l'intersection du génie mécanique, génie électrique, informatique et biologie. Dans ce domaine, il est important de prendre en considération non seulement ce qui est techniquement possible, mais aussi ce qui peut être appris de la nature. Plus encore, il est primordial de contempler les éléments connecteurs entre nous-mêmes, nos technologies et notre monde. C'est uniquement à travers une pensée holistique que nous pouvons espérer de vraiment réussir en tant qu'ingénieurs. David Attenborough praises Charles Darwin's theory of evolution because it enables us to disentangle the complex relationships between animals and plants in the natural community and allows us to foresee some of the consequences when we interfere with these environments. But above all, as Attenborough points out, Darwin has shown us that we are not apart from the natural world. We do not have dominion over it. We are subject to its laws and processes, as are all other animals on Earth, to which indeed we are related. As engineers and computer scientists, then, let us go forth to face the future, carrying the banner of Concordia, and as we explore and respond to this interconnectedness of all things in ways that we hope will enhance our own lives and the world that is our home. Thank you.
Just a word to thank you, Gavin, on behalf of your colleagues for your articulate and thought-provoking address, I think, on what he calls the metaphorical toolbox, which you've all assembled here on your short passage here at Concordia. Certainly dealing with the unexpected, dealing with the uncertainty is really the genesis of usually the birth of innovation and creativity. And certainly your challenges will be to reconcile the human, the technology, and the environmental dimensions of your craft, and no doubt that you all will do so. So again, join me in thanking Gavin for an inspiring speech that will do you proud. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Fred Lowy, who will be addressing you here for the last time. This is his last day attending Convocations. As you know, Dr. Lowy has served with distinction as President and Vice Chancellor of Concordia from 1995, to 2005. And afterwards, it's clear that he was busy putting Concordia values into action. In other words, he was contributing to the betterment of society through his professional work and community engagement, and of course by staying connected to Concordia. Now, at the university's request, as you know, Dr. Lowy came back to Concordia as president in February of last year to tackle a number of tasks, not the least of which was the transition to a new president who will be beginning in August. Now, I could recite a long list of his accomplishments over these past months, but I'll spare you that. But I will summarize them by saying that Concordia is very much a better place because of Dr. Lowy's leadership and our university is better prepared for its next stage of development. So Dr. Alawi, on behalf of the students, the graduating students, the faculty, the staff, and the alumni of Concordia, many of whom are in the room, I want to thank you for your dedication to our university and its people, and for your thoughtful leadership in interesting times. You're a man of integrity and have been kind and considerate to me personally, but more importantly to many other Concordians. And I think that a good deal of the progress our university has made this year flows indeed from your determination, Fred, to bring people together, and God knows you're good at that. You've done a great job in that regard. So I'd say well done, sir, and we offer you and Mary Kay as well, who clearly shares your love of Concordia, our very best wishes for the future. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Fred Lowy for his closing remarks. Fred?
Thank you. Merci, Monsieur le Chancelier. Merci de vos paroles si généreuses, de votre support et de votre amitié. Monsieur le Président désigné du Conseil d'administration, collègues, et bien sûr, chers diplômés, il y a beaucoup à célébrer ici ce matin. We have much to celebrate here. This is a marvelous time for all of us. Of course, for you graduates and for your parents and families and friends, it's also a great time, but it's also a fantastic time for us here at the university. This is one of the highlights, if not the highlight, of our academic year, the opportunity to share with you this occasion when, after all the learning and research and teaching that have taken place, here you are, graduates. It's a marvelous thing to do. And you're very fortunate to have graduated from a really outstanding faculty. Earlier this year, in fact, not terribly long ago, we learned that every one of the professional programs of this faculty was externally accredited for the maximum time possible. Just an excellent performance by this faculty. Now, you've heard already from the medal winners' dissertation the important and at times to those of us who are not engineers, esoteric work that's done. I asked earlier what's going on these days in your faculty, and I was told of interesting work being done in cyborg anthropology, of all things, into three-dimensional printing of objects and human organs, into 3D modeling of humans so they can be properly rendered on animation, something that is of some importance to me professionally. Now, to occupy their free time, our undergraduates do such things as design and build linear particle accelerators that fit onto your kitchen counter, right next to the espresso machine, I expect. On this day, we salute you. Part of it's a total of some 5,500 students who will graduate from Concordia this spring. Now, it's important just to emphasize that you basically, you are examples of the dual mission of Concordia University. Like all universities, we strive for academic excellence, for excellence in research and scholarship and creativity. And at the same time, we also value our long-term mission of accessibility to higher education, of helping people get to university who possibly might not otherwise do so. And as a result, many of the students, including some in this very room right now, who have studied while at the same time working part-time or even full-time, have come to this happy point. We have probably the largest proportion, at least among Quebec universities of students who are the first in their families to have a university degree. We are very, very proud of that. We are, of course, extremely proud of our professors who do first-rate research as well as teaching. Et nos professeurs continuent elles continuent de recevoir la reconnaissance et les honneurs d'organismes canadiens et internationaux de renom. Et de son côté, l'université a créé des prix et instauré des divers mécanismes afin de souligner leur remarquable contribution à l'enseignement et à la recherche universitaire. Et aussi, notre personnel dévoué a contribué au rayonnement de notre établissement et nous en sommes très reconnaissants. But you know, this university also, our identity is tied in very much with the society in which we live, the society in which we study and work. And it's important at this point to state what I believe very, very strongly, that university education is more than gaining knowledge and technical skills. It's more than preparing for the job market. It's even more than nurturing a lifelong love of learning, important as all of these are. But important also, and perhaps most important of all, are the contributions that you will make to our country, to countries of your origin, if you should return to them, and indeed to the world. The diversity of our university and of this faculty reflected this afternoon, or this morning actually, it's highly representative of the cultural mix of the new modern Canada and the global village which we all share, and the future of our country and the future of the countries to which many of you will return depend on the kind of contributions that you will make in the future. You are leaders. Every single one of you, each in your own way, is a leader. And in addition to developing your own careers, you have a responsibility to the society in which you live. And I'm very confident that you'll make significant contributions. I think that little more needs to be said. Mr. Keneally summarized, I think, very, very well what it's all about. I just want to emphasize 2 points. First, although we have already, of course, congratulated you, we have already mentioned how important it is that the people who've supported you should be recognized. At this point, I would ask you, all graduates, stand up, turn around, and again, give thanks to those people who helped you get here. Please, do so. Now, please sit down again. Again, as the Chancellor pointed out earlier, now that you're Concordia graduates, you will always, forever, be Concordia graduates, whatever else you may do. So it's important for us, and I hope for you too, to stay in touch with your alma mater. Stay in touch with us by popping in, by writing to us, emails, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you do. But keep in touch and join the Concordia University Alumni Association. You know, you've benefited from Concordia, indeed as we have from you, and it's now, over the years, an opportunity for you on an ongoing basis to help your alma mater, first by modest contributions, as one might expect, but these contributions will grow, and we are, of course, very appreciative of this. Mesdames, Messieurs, merci d'être venus en si grand nombre. Partagez avec nous la joie des diplômés. The only other thing to say is that there's a vin d'honneur outside, and you're all welcome to participate. So let's go there, and hail and farewell, all of you.